Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at ZRX. Seeing what's going on. I got a request for this one from not only my community members, but a lot of YouTube requests as well. So we're obviously going to jump in here and check it out. It's really interesting stuff here. If we take a look, there's a lot of liquidity that just got swept. High potential for a pullback, but we're going to look at a few other factors, make sure we can confirm that, because you don't just want to jump in, jump out. We want to look at volume and make sure that we make an educated decision on this coin here. So if you are new to the channel, I'm not a financial advisor. I do love teaching people to trade. Truly hope you can learn something here today. If you want to become a better trader, though, of course, cryptocash.tech is a site linked down below where we can learn how to become a better trader. I do teach you with private training videos. We have signals as well, which is fantastic here. We just took a nice 42% and about a day and a half for our avalanche short. We did miss our TWC, basically our trust wallet entry by just a fraction. It was frustrating, but went from 1.04 to 0.99 in about 10 minutes. So missed that one out. But good news is one of our members here was able to take advantage of it, RJ ETH. Well done. Very good job. Super glad and happy to have you around. Look how consistent this guy is. So keep up the good work, man. Really greatly appreciate you. All right, so we're going to take a look here at the big picture, kind of see what's going on. We're going to draw out some Fibonacci levels, which I've already done, kind of see how much of a pullback it will pull back to. If it does, it could even sweep a little bit further up. So just keep in mind with this liquidity here from previous, there's a great chance this could be the highest point. There is also potential for another sweep up here as well, these previous candle wicks. But the thing we want to look at here, I think that's most important, is the amount of volume. So my speculation is there's a lot of volume in these candle wicks here that got pulled back and the price came down. Let's take a look at that here. Look at, here we go. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, very strong candle wicks there. Couldn't pass this resistance level. So we can kind of see here that this level here is a fairly decent resistance range. Okay, there. Again, 0.236 on Fibonacci there. We can go ahead and see that that is a pretty consistent level that kept getting retested. So that being said, it could work as a new support. So keep in mind the price does pull back. We could see a bounce off that level, considering this is the most recent high for a lot of different attempts. The thing that concerns me here, though, is look at how tiny this volume is compared to these previous candle wicks here. Okay, so when the price wicked up like this here, there's a lot of selling pressure to bring the price back down. That's why we see a lot of volume. Right now, we don't see any selling pressure, which is concerning because where are the bears? Why are they not present here? Well, they're probably not aware of it, first of all, but also mainly because you can see here this liquidity has been swept, and now we could very well see the bears enter the market. Okay, so a lot of times they'll just kind of chill out and hang out once we get to this point here where they have a chance to be able to short and take massive profits because they have a price point up here. They're going to be able to do so. So that's commonly what we see occur. If we take a quick look at fair value gaps, there are some above here as well, and even below. Okay, so there's no doubt that we could very well see the price go up or down. I mean, that's a big surprise, right? Cryptocurrency going up or down. But what I'm getting at is there's potential for a sweep up here as well, but that seems a lot less likely considering we have low volume. Compared to previous candle wicks like this here. Again, if you compare like the volume where we're at right now to the most recent time frames, it looks like a lot. Okay, like we take a look at this here, that's a lot of volume compared to the most recent time frame. Okay, but if you do compare it with previous candle wicks, it pales in comparison, and that's a little concerning due to the fact that we saw all three of these times when we had high volume, the price pull back below that level. So my speculation is we will see a pullback to that level, possibly even lower. But if we do look at the volume, if we kind of zoom out a little bit here, we can see we broke through a volume resistance. That's a positive sign too. Now, granted, today hasn't closed yet, right? So typically in 6 hours, we're going to see, or typically you want to wait until the candlestick closes, which is in roughly 6.5 hours. And at that time, we want to consider taking an entry. You could get in a little early for an early short. It's a possibility. There's a good chance the price will pull back, but it may not pull back much further than these levels here. Speaking of pullback, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what could happen if the price does pull back, kind of get us a better view here. And to me, Elliott waves typically a pretty good indication. We do have a higher high and a higher low, and so far, if this is the highest point, which we don't know just yet, but if this is the highest point, we could see a pullback to 0.618, 0.5, 0.3. Okay, those are really common Fibonacci retracement levels. What's great about this is even if we do see a pullback to these levels here, the price has much more propensity to continue higher by retesting this trend line and moving upwards. We can also see on our simple moving averages too, it's common for the 50-day SMA to work itself up accordingly. So you will see this align itself here soon. So the fact that we're above all three of these moving averages is extremely important. We broke through the 200. So these are all great signs, okay? it does imply the price will continue to run. But how much higher will it go? Now that we've sweat that liquidity, we might see at least somewhat of a pullback. And this thing does have a tendency of pumping and I wouldn't say dumping, but definitely correcting itself. Because I mean, every one of these times we've seen that happen, it massively pulls back. Same thing here as well. We look at some of these candle wicks. There's some pretty gnarly candle wicks in this guy here. But for the most part, anytime we see an initial candlestick, price is pulling back shortly thereafter. Okay, so just keep in mind, if you do take a large leverage or a large position size, very, very careful because it could continue to run. Me personally, I'm going to stick with 5x leverage and kind of see where this goes here. So there's a good chance this could be a good coin to consider a trade with here shortly. So taking a look at some other things, of course, we got a strong convergence here in the MACD. RSI broke cleanly through 70 on the RSI. Money flow index is extremely high. Take a look at the previous times we saw the money flow index this high. The price did some pretty amazing stuff. Okay, so pretty strong chance this could sustain itself, but will it go much higher than the current level? I don't think we should expect to see that. But again, this coin has done some pretty phenomenal stuff in the past, so just be mindful of that when you take your trade. Again, lower the leverage, lower the liquidity, and more important, the liquidation level is further away. So please understand, high leverage in a scenario like this, it could get you paid, it could also get you wrecked, okay? So please be careful. So 4-hour time frame, quickly to note, we can see here, of course, that RSI is overextended, big surprise. Take a look at TD sequential here too. We were at about a 4 going into this, so in truth, we've got who knows how long until this discontinues. And what I mean by that is typically, we weren't overextended leading into this push, so we could really see another maybe 1 or 2 days of continuation. There's a thing, a candlestick pattern referred to as 3 white soldiers. I talk about it a lot if you watch my videos, and that does lead us to potential for 3 strong green candles. So we could very well see a third strong green candle here following this one. Okay, so I wouldn't say that this is out of the race just yet, but I would say that a pullback would make a little bit more sense considering how overextended we are. But hey, we know this, if you've traded cryptocurrency at all, you'll know that overextensions doesn't always give us the indication that it's going to pull back, right? So just be careful. Looking at the 1 hour here, we can see, based on the Ichimoku cloud, everything else, really, we're all green lights here. Once again, overextended as well. So in truth, what we want to look at is probably the 15-minute time frame to see that it is starting to come back down a little bit. So in truth, we don't have any selling indications, but our CC Golden Indicator does say that we should have bought this this breakout here, and we're still looking for a sell signal. Okay, so that really just implies that you don't necessarily want to short just yet, but it also could mean that we could see the price pull back here soon. So just be mindful of that. This coin definitely looks like it's wanting to run. So my anticipation is we could very well see one last little leg up here to kind of wipe out any potential shorts that are entering the market right now. And then, of course, the price action will pull back to one of these levels. If the price does pull back, again, 0.236 makes sense considering that's the most recent high. That would be the effective new low. Furthermore, too, potential, and again, I'll send this out on my playout charts on my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. You can see here that we've got these levels as well that are potential realities too. So if you're going to have some profit targets, these would be appropriate profit targets, including 0.236 there at about 22.5 cents. Okay? So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. So all in all, this coin definitely looks primed and ready to rock and roll. So I hope that you are careful in which you trade and the ways that you trade here. Again, low leverage, low position size for a coin like this. And I would have some tighter profit targets too, just to ensure you get filled. Move your stop loss to break even after you've taken over 50% profit and let the rest ride. Okay, good strategies for different, most scenarios you can let that do that. Again, that's more of a strategy for swing trading, but if you're day trading, I would recommend utilizing some tight targets here too and paying close attention. I don't like to sit here and watch the charts all day. That's just my personal preference there. All right, so again, hope this was beneficial. If you can, jump on over to our Twitter, Telegram, and or Discord. Again, I have playout charts. It looks something like this where we kind of anticipate what's going to happen next. And that is available again on Twitter, Telegram, and of course Discord. You want to become part of something bigger, jump on over to our automated signals here through cryptocash.tech, link down below, and you can effectively benefit from that. Last month we went 95%. I think we took 19 out of 20 trades successfully and hit our targets on those. And we got a couple of others that are still open. But once again, we only had one stop loss last month, though. That's all right. All good. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you have a good rest of your day. See you in the next one. Take care.